Libra, welcome to your just-in-time intuitive tarot reading. If you're watching this, Libra, do trust there's a message here for you. If you're a regular calling back in, welcome back, Libra. And if you are a newbie, welcome to the channel. My name is BRONYA. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. Looking forward to bringing you through this message. Now, if you do enjoy it, please do like, share, comment. Most importantly, hit the subscribe button. It really is the energy exchange that keeps the readings flowing around here, so I would be really grateful for that. Drop me a comment, let me know where you're tuning in from, what is going on for you. You know I love to hear. Well, we've got a power combo to kick us off, Libra. We've got number 40, Strength, and number 34, Liberation. So this feels very Ace of Swords-ish, and this feels very Judgment-esque. Judgment is a card of liberation through let's say, rising up from what has kept us small, held us back, contracted us, something that might not be growing and flowing anymore. And it's through the strength of awareness, seeing the truth, that we can sever ourselves free from that situation. Now, happy spooky season. We have Halloween on Friday. I'm reading this on Tuesday. You might be watching this afterwards. That is totally fine. But the reason why that's relevant to this message is that is the day the portal peaks, where the veil is the thinnest between the spirit world and the earth plane. So this can be a time that, we see truth, we feel truth, that a past loved one might, spiritually tap us on a shoulder, give us a sign, a synchronicity, a message. Sometimes it comes through a person, our own, psychic insight or dream. So pay attention. I mean, it peaks on the 31st, but of course, being a portal, like Lionsgate, these kind of portals, it's not just the one day. The energy sort of expands and builds or dissipates on either side of that. So yeah, be mindful that you could receive some guidance here. So really powerful cards. Let's keep going into this, Libra. To let you know, personal readings and healings are available. I will drop a link to my website down below for you to check those out. And if you want to give me some love on Instagram or TikTok, that would be great. I do post daily over there with different content. And look, the algorithms are a pain. I do all the same things, and it starts off amazing and then it just plateaus, and that's just the game of it. But yeah, the only way is to bring in some fresh blood. So if you want to be fresh blood over there, I'll drop the links down below. All right, delusion. Hey, how interesting, because we just talked about this kind of Ace of Swords energy, which is truth and clarity and wisdom that cuts through, right? And then we've got delusion. This one here says intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Now, what does that mean? Well, when we want something, we go about, we set our intentions, towards it, and we should take all the action. Absolutely. We have to. But then once we have taken the Emperor's action, the Empress, she lets go and she waits to receive with that kind of Mona Lisa smile on her face that, she's got her ducks in a row, she's planted the seeds, so she waits for the harvest, right? And she magnetizes. So what this is really saying is that we can't control all of the outcomes. We can only control from our own center. Right, so if we feel that we can control those outcomes, that can be the delusion, all right? So let's see how this plays out. So we want to make sure that we're seeing with truth and clarity, and that might be that, you get some kind of insight or sign around, Halloween, yeah. So I don't know, there's something coming. There's some truth coming to light here. That's what I'm getting. Queen of Swords. Who's the bearer of truth? Queen of Swords. Justice in the minor arcana. That's you. In fact, Libra, that is you. You operate on truth and clarity and foresight and balance. You want to know where you're going, right? This is the energy, right? You are seeing with clarity, and armed with that clarity, you might communicate something, make some kind of decision around the end of the week. That's what I'm getting here. Maybe your eyes are wide open, where maybe in the past you wanted to believe the best in someone or something, you gave it a shot, you gave it a chance, but blindfolds are off. That's what I get. So, and that is strength, even just looking, being, past your delusion. Let's look at the truth. And from that, the truth will set us free. It's liberation. Ooh, and it might lead to the 10 of Cups. It could be something that you thought was going to be your happy ever after, or your, your long game, or was going to make you happy, didn't. Yes, that could be a romantic relationship, but it could also be a job, a career path, a place, a friendship, a hobby or interest. I think that you are reconsidering or reevaluating a path where you thought was going to be the road to your happiness, but it's not. And you know that keeping on buying into that is the true delusion here. True delusion. Is that a, what's the word when it's a double, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not oxymoron, it's something else. Let me know in the comments. Look what we've got. Wheel of Fortune. 2 number 10s in a row. The 10 of Cups and the 10 in the major arcana of the Wheel of Fortune. This is the change. This is the change. But I think that what shifts the Wheel of Fortune is the strength in seeing the truth, or the strength that we're seeing with clarity, and then there will be an action that follows that Queen of Swords. It'll be a communication or a decision, but that's going to bring expansion to your life or realign you to your highest path. So that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. It's big change, very potent change. Blindfolds are off. The wheel can now turn. Is that the title? It might be. Oh, 9 of Swords, sort of in the reverse here. And I think that is, first of all, when we see the truth, we're going to go here, aren't we? We're going to go, that's a lot. There's not only one thing that I'm seeing the whole path and how it's stacked up. I'm seeing 9 swords. I can actually see the whole pathway and how it led me here. I think that's what the 9 of Swords is. It's like once the blindfolds are off, we see, and we might even see how we played a part in that, how we went along with it. We're humans, Awareness is our greatest superpower, but even with awareness, we can't see deeply into other people's psyches and minds and how they might have been misguiding us also. So you can only really see into your own truth. So yeah, I think that you're going to see how all the dots connect back and realize, yeah, this is delusion. So through awareness is the first stage to turning the Wheel of Fortune. But you celebrate, yeah. The truth will set you free and bring a celebration too, It's interesting that we talked about that whole Empress thing at the start, and how I said, well, look, when we plant the seeds, we then know that they will grow, and that's when we get to surrender, right? And you thought you were doing that in this situation, but if you're honest with yourself, there was the red flags that you ignored. The 3 of Swords, I think, is the foreshadowing of celebrating the harvest in your next spiritual season. It's saying it's time to re-sow the soil. And I think this is and it's the number of the Empress too. So it's saying that, yes, this might be hard to see, 9 of Swords, but it's actually like spirit of rejoicing. And I think that around Halloween, you're going to get some kind of sign. I wonder what it will be. You could find like an angel's feather. It'll be a bird's feather, but let's say it's an angel. Or there might be a synchronicity around the number 3. Or seeing like a mandala somewhere or something like that. You might have your own like personal sign that you like see when something is about to shift for you. Yeah, look at this, Libra. Judgment, the second to last major arcana, and the Sun. So what is the true illuminator? The Sun. It brings clarity. It brings awareness. The Judgment is the energy that comes before the world. You are actually on the precipice of crossing over into a new expansive cycle, one where you actually do arrive at the 10 of Cups. Not the illusion of, but actually getting there. But there is something that needs to be seen first. And you're being told, the Sun, that the future is so bright. Like, this is the most positive card in the tarot. Now, if you came to this reading with a question on your heart, like that needed a yes/no answer, like this is a confirmation. Like maybe this is part of your your signs that are coming through this week, but I think there's going to be more on that for you. So let me know in the comments what signs you've seen, what signs you've received. I feel like I'm in this portal of magic right now where, I mean, I've got lists on my phone this big. You can't make it up. It's completely wild. You can't prove me otherwise that there's not something more to this universe. It's too canny. So Judgment says this is a divine reckoning moment. You know, and yes, there could be some pain in it, and there could be some Nine of Swords around it. Like, seeing the truth is not easy, and that's why most people just stick their head back in the sand. But that's when we head for the Tower, right? It's better to see than not see. And like I said, it just could be, well, look, you know, I just kept on in this career because I thought it would make my parents proud, you know. Or it might be, look, I ignored all the red flags in this person and kept having the relationship because I was scared to be on my own. Like, it's okay. You're human. But you've been given some kind of unique opportunity to correct course, right? It could be that you stayed at the job because you believed them when they said they'd give you the promotion, but every time performance reviews comes around, they say, not this time, you're not ready. How many times do you need to hear that? This is about taking your destiny in your own hands and knowing that the energy you have right now generally perpetuates and you get more of the same unless the people that you are surrounded by are also on the journey of awakening, but are they? Maybe believing they are is another part of the delusion here, but not you, Libra. You see with the eye of truth. Not just your physical eyes, you're seeing with your intuitive eye, you're seeing with your soul's eye, and that is heightening this week for you. And it's the gift that's going to give you liberation. This is the final judgment. Do you want to get to the Ten of Cups or stay in the illusion of it? That is the choice this week, Libra. So you know what to do. I'm going to leave it here, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, share, comment, hit subscribe. If you want a personal reading or healing, there are a few still available for the week. You can pop in and explore them. I will drop a link to my website. Go and give me some love on the gram or the talk. The gram would be the best one. Trying to, you know, fortify things by being on other platforms, and I do offer a lot of value over there as well. So I would love it if you go and give me a follow, so I can get out of the algorithmic rut that I'm in. And yeah, I'm just sending you so much love and magic, Libra. Do take care. Bye for now.